So, do you regret choosing to go to NC State? Good morning, everyone. So today I will be doing a Q&A. Rocky here, who always wants to be hailed, is here. So I'm gonna do a Q&A, roughly about 20 questions, and yeah, so I hope you all enjoy, and I hope you all learn more about me. And so yeah, let's go. I'm so happy that you all have interacted with me in such a way that I have over 20 questions. And so what I'm gonna do is kind of categorize some of the questions together that I hope captures what some of the other questions that I won't verbatim get a chance to say. I have questions that are just like personal questions, so I'm just gonna get those out of the way. How old are you? I am 26. Where are you from? So I'm originally from a suburb right outside of Atlanta called Fayetteville, Georgia, but most people just say Atlanta, but that's where I'm from, because I know if I say Atlanta, somebody's gonna ask me what part, and so there you go. How's North Carolina? So as you all know in some of my previous videos, that I am not in North Carolina right now. I am in New York visiting my fiance's family, just to kind of give myself a break. But yeah, so I don't know how North Carolina is right now because I'm not there, but while I was there in the beginning of the semester, North Carolina was cool. I just felt like it rained all the time though. Yeah. So this question is, are you making friends? And so the answer to that is yes, I am, but it's not, it looks different, because honestly, making friends in a graduate program can be super easy when you're in person because you see the same people all the time. But I'm in a weird place where, because you all know that I have my master's, so even though technically I am a first year student in the program, I don't take any coursework with the first year. So I'm with cohorts that have already established friendships and stuff like that. And so with that, making friends has to be very intentional, because also we're virtual. So yes, I am making friends, but also, like I've said before, I'm kind of shy, and then also I don't know, sometimes I just like to be just be to myself. Like, I work with other people on numerous projects, especially in my lab and stuff like that, but sometimes I just like to be more to myself. So yes and no about making friends. Yes, I'm making friends, but it's not like I'm on the phone with them and all of that type of stuff, or we're hanging and all of that, because it's not happening. But yes, I guess yes, I am making friends. How do you adjust to going to grad school in a new city? So this is what I have done in my 3 college moves, because I went to VCU for undergrad, and so technically that was a new city for me. Then I went to George Mason for my master's. That was a new city. And now North Carolina, which is my 3rd new city. So I've had about 3 moves of college, 1 move of high school, because I moved to a new state during my senior year. What I always do is, there are things that I absolutely love to do. A part of that is shopping. So one of the things to adjust that I always do is I find the closest mall, and I like to peruse it and see what's going on at the mall. Hot wings, gotta find the hot wing spot. Also just different different grocery stores and stuff like that. Just kind of getting yourself, seeing where your routines lie, and then creating a routine kind of is what helps me to adjust. Finding new things in a city that you like helps you to get adjusted. Also, your cohort mates are also new to the area. Most of them will be, so that's another thing that kind of helps is like having a mutual experience with other people, so your cohort mates, even years above you. So that's kind of how I got adjusted, was just like making a routine and finding things that I really like to do inside of the new city. And then honestly, your coursework kicks up so much that it's just like you have a routine already, and it just goes by so fast. Next thing you know, it's December and you're like, wow, like I really have been here since December. So yes. Okay, so do you regret choosing to go to NC State? So no, I don't regret choosing to go to NC State, because like I've said before, is that when I was looking for schools, I picked schools on the East Coast. I also only picked schools that had a potential advisor who focused on equity in education, specifically how to bridge the gap with school community partnerships. And because I had such a specific interest that I wanted, and to have an advisor who is literally what I wanted, yeah, I couldn't find that anywhere else. So I don't regret choosing to go to NC State. Yeah. Did you consider clinical psychology? So yes, I did consider clinical psychology. I did explore clinical psychology programs, and when it boiled down to what was I gonna do, like if I wanted to actually go to a clinical psychology program, what it boiled down to is that I really have a deep passion for education, and I also have a deep passion for mental health. So I wanted the context of education being applied to psychological principles and how we can best foster children and youth to thrive in schools and educational settings, and also in life in general. So that's why I chose school psychology, because it was just my best fit. Now, clinical psychology is really great, and I was definitely on the fence back and forth, and that's how I made my decision, was just that educational piece just was it for me. So how many programs did you apply to? So don't be like me. Don't do this. And I'm gonna let the cat out the bag, because people ask me this all the time. You all, I applied to 9 programs for my doctoral journey, and these 9 programs, I wanted to go to every single one. So it's not like I had like, oh, this school is if this one doesn't take me. No, I wanted to apply to these programs because I actually wanted to go. And also, as I've stated before, my stats were not like glistening. They're not glowing. They were not glowing to other people. So I just figured that I should cast a wider net, and that's what I did. Don't do that. That was a waste of money and a waste of time, when you really, in your hardest of hearts, probably, like, while I did want to go to all 9, in my hardest of hearts, like, of course there was ranking, and I probably should have just only applied to 4. But there you have it. So yes, the cat is out of the bag. I applied to 9. So what are your ultimate plans after this program? So after this program, I want to be a professor and do research full-time. I love teaching. I miss it a lot sometimes, like just teaching in general. I like education. I like to help people have new perspectives, and I like to talk about things that I'm passionate about and have a discussion about them. And I like engaging with other people when it comes to the psychology field. So that's really like why I like the idea of becoming a professor. I also want to be a licensed psychologist in the community. I want to be able to give back and have services being provided to underserved communities, probably in a bigger city. So yeah, how did you handle rejection? So with grad school, rejection comes in many forms. Rejection can be when you don't get into a program, which is kind of like what a lot of people experience. Rejection is when you didn't get this position, when you didn't get this leadership role, when your paper wasn't accepted after you've done all this, and it's a lot. but I'm assuming this person is talking about rejection in form of grad school like applications. And let me tell you all, I have experienced a fair share amount of rejection letters because I also was rejected from multiple programs at the master's level, and then rejected from programs at the doctoral level. And I will never forget one time, y'all, I went to an interview and I knew I had that. I knew I had that. I knew that I was gonna get accepted. That's how confident I felt when I left. And I was at the airport. Matter of fact, I was at the airport leaving from NC State's interview, and I checked my email, and the program that I thought that I was gonna get into, I didn't get into. And I was just like, I was so sad. And I remember I called my parents, and they were just, you know, encouraging me to let me know that a closed door is God's redirection. And so it was really, y'all, I was bawling in that airport, like I don't think anybody remembers me, but like I was seriously just crying. I could not hold it in because I was just so upset, because I really thought that that program was going to accept me. And honestly, that was my second rejection. So I was just like, I don't know, like I don't know. But what ended up happening was that rejection letter came on a Saturday email, and I was crying in the airport, whatever. After I came back from the interview, I had went out with some friends and everything was fine. And on Monday, I got accepted into NC State, and that was my top choice. So I was like, you know, exactly what my parents were talking about is that was just God's redirection, because my mind was already focused on this other school, because I said, oh, I'm automatically gonna get in, I know I'm gonna get in. And then it kind of threw me for a loop. Like even just talking about it kind of makes, like, I can feel my heart just like, I don't know, it was just a weird experience. So rejection it's a part of the process, and what I try to do is give your 110%. Give it your all. You gave it your all. So when you give stuff your all and you send it out there and you do what you do in the meantime and you wait and whatever, like that's up to them. If they decide to pass on you or on whatever it is, that was not for you. Because what could end up happening is you want something so bad that when you get there and it's not what you think, then what? So that's why sometimes a good closed door is good. It's good for you. So that's how I handle rejection. And I know it's easier said than done, but that's how I handled it. I hope you all are getting to know me a little bit better. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next Sunday. Have a great Sunday, and yeah, to a new week. See you all. Bye.